Always been the Pelicans' strongest point, but tonight you pulled it out. What was different, and what did you like about how your team handled it?
Gutsy performance by our squad. Down the stretch, we made plays. It started on the defensive end. We knew we had to get some stops. We strung together some stops, putting Jose back in. He changed the game for us. Dyson was big, and we just made big play after big play down the stretch, and that's what it takes.
It won't cost you money asking about the muggings you got tonight, but how did you like how he responded, and especially that last basket? It just looked like there was no way he was going to be denied.
Definitely from our angle, it looks like he's getting fouled and he's not getting those calls, but his response was great. He just continued to fight through it, continue to play, continue to force the issue in terms of with his physicality going to the basket, and if he didn't have it, he found open teammates, and big time performance by him, by Z, by Brandon and CJ. Last 5 or 6 minutes, big time block by Brandon.
You mentioned Jose a moment ago. How impactful do you think he was in switching the momentum of this one?
He was extremely impactful, and a ton of credit goes to Jose and Coach Brandon Demas. They continue to work, whether he's playing 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and it's evident in his play. He came out tonight, and we put him in the second half, and he really turned things around for him, so we're grateful.
Yeah, I mean, how impressive was the Zion conversion, full speed, 3 Spurs on him? Just how impressive was it to focus and make that in that moment?
It was extremely impressive. I haven't gone back and watched it, but I saw the ball hit his hands, and he just took off. And I had a timeout, and there was no way I was going to burn that timeout at that time with him going as fast as he was. And, it was one of those moments where whatever we were going to do, we were going to probably put the ball in his hands anyway. So it just his touch, his speed, his force, it was on full display.
So your gut instinct was in that moment was no way we're taking this. Zion's got the ball. Let's see what happens.
That's
here.
it. The ball's already in his hands, and if he makes it, we walk away with an opportunity to win. If he doesn't, we'll live with it.
Do you normally want a timeout in that situation, or is it kind of like you just have to read what's on the court and try to make the best decision?
It was a read to just make the best decision that I thought would help us win the game. And anytime we have a transition opportunity with the ball and arguably one of the best players in the league, you got to live with that.
What do you think about the job Dyson did? I mean, you guys throw him on Vic in the second half. A lot of teams are going a lot bigger. You guys, Larry's out tonight, Herb's out tonight, but what did you think of the job Dyson did?
Dyson, he fought all game long, and his defense is incredible. He can guard 1 through 5. He was physical. He's only 20 years old, and he's out there battling his tail off. And we needed that contribution from all of those guys. Dyson was great tonight.
The third guy flying in on that last Zion shot was Victor from behind, and I think he missed it by a couple of inches.
Thank God.
Do you ever sit there and marvel at those two bodies, like those two athletes doing the things they do on a court against each other?
I do. I really do. We don't take it for granted to see Victor up close, his size, his ability to handle the ball, to block shots, to shoot. It's incredible to watch. And then we have Z, who is a physical force, can handle the ball on the perimeter, can make plays like a point guard, can go up and finish. Both of those guys are defending. So just incredible to watch those two go to battle tonight.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Say there almost seemed to be a ticked offness there at the end as the Pelicans closed. What were those final seconds like for you?
Man, I was just telling them, let's get this win. I think we wasn't panicking. I think, we knew what we needed to do, get a stop, and they're going to miss. We got to get a rebound, and Brandon just come up with a spectacular play, and then, Z, two best players, came in at the end and made us win. So it was a big-time win for us.
It was almost like Z refused to lose. There was no way he was not going to make that basket at the end.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it, but it went in. So it looked crazy, and I'm just glad it went in. And I wasn't surprised, but it was just an amazing shot.
What would you say was the difference in closing this win in clutch time versus earlier in the season? There have been many opportunities where those clutch wins eluded you.
I mean, like Coach says every time, it's hard to win in the NBA, regardless. Take away their record, they're really good. They're really good basketball players. So we knew that coming in. And, just closing out wins like this, just giving us a little rhythm of when it's a close game, how we should close it. It's going to be a close games down the stretch with anybody or these teams, and we just got to be mentally prepared and listen to the little details and, come out with the win.
I'm sure you've seen Zion hit a bunch of just tough layups in your time being teammates with him. I mean, where does that one rank? 3 dudes on him full speed like that?
It got to be number 1, right? I mean, I don't know how he made it. Like, I'm serious. He's going down full speed. 3 guys going with him full speed. And when Whitby was there, that was one of the guys, and amazing shot blocking. He still gets it off, high off the glass. He got a good touch. He made it. So it was definitely number 1 for me.
You went in middle of the third quarter, and I don't know if you came out until right at the end. I mean, what was it like? How was just your wind going for that long?
I mean, it was fine. I prepare myself to play at any time of the course of the game, and I'm just really glad that I get to change, the energy and got a good win. So I'm just happy to get the win. Anybody else? We good? All right, thank you.
was just your vantage point on Brandon's block, and what'd you see kind of in the open floor that made you say, like, I got to go right now and take that space?
If B.I. don't get that block, we didn't have to get a three-pointer to send in overtime or something. And I literally sent him a text message like right after the game because he was already doing his lift. Like, B.I., if you don't get that block, I don't know if we win this game. So hats off to B.I. on that one. But with the space, like I said, my coaches trust me in transition. My teammates trust me. That's why Jose kicked it ahead, and I had to go finish.
Willie mentioned to us, he was like, I had a timeout, and when I saw Zion, had the ball in transition, he's like, wasn't even thinking about taking it. I mean, were you aware of the timeout? I mean, is it just a situation where it's like, we just need a basket right now, I got to go?
I just trust my game in that situation. Transition, I can get downhill really well. And when I saw that Jeremy had he was in an awkward position, I took advantage and I was able to get to the vantage point.
Victor was one of the three guys kind of around that play. I mean, just what was the battle at the rim like, going against him, a guy who's a really talented young shot blocker all game?
I was very aware of where he was at. So that's why I had to go with some speed and just kind of give it some touch.
All right, the fashion again, the T-shirt and then the cross. You've been wearing that cross every game lately.
The cross for me is I only fear God. I don't fear nothing else. I only fear God. But the shirt, just repping NOLA. Got to show my appreciation to some of the legends to come through the town, so that's all this is.
And big picture, you get one game at home and then you're back out on the road for the long Mardi Gras road trip. How challenging is that, or is that something you actually embrace?
It sounds bad, but I mean, we in LA for what, 3-4 days. I don't think it's gonna be too bad for some of the guys, but it's a part of the game, part of the schedule, and we gotta take it game by game and try to get every win.
So I think it's fair to say that you and Victor approach basketball in very different ways. The style of play, the way you just play both offense and defense. What do you think about his game overall, and have you thought about how these battles could be going on for a long time between you two?
Victor's a very special player. We were just talking about in the locker room. He's a dude that can get 2 or 3 Defensive Player of the Years, and also, I don't want to put no limit on it, but he can get Defensive Player of the Years and MVPs. Because we haven't seen nothing like that. We've seen things close, but not like that. I mean, he's an amazing player, and I think, especially with Pop over there, he's going to continue to develop.
You said you were aware of where he was on that last play. Are you kind of looking behind you, sneaking a peek, or because he came from behind, didn't he?
Oh yeah. I mean, you got to be aware of stuff like that. I mean, like I said, he got the block shot on me 2 plays before, and I thought I had the layup. So, I mean, in a situation like that, I just got to be aware of where everybody's at. All right, thanks. You guys have a great night.
Hey, Katie. Hey. How you doing?